Hello, my name's Kevin. You're watching Leatherneck Prepper. I am on my way to work, and I'm on the interstate. The reason I'm taking the interstate because it's the fastest, most direct route for me to get back and forth to work. It takes me roughly 25 to 30 minutes to get there. It's 18 miles from my house. So as I'm driving down through here, I'm thinking to myself, a very unlikely scenario, but an EMP, all of a sudden, the vast majority of the vehicles on the road are no longer functioning. How am I going to get home? Because if you look on either side of the interstate, you're seeing barriers that keep you from getting off, plus all the vehicles that are going to pull over. Now, or just come to a stop, and then the ones that think it's just their vehicle that's causing the problem, and they try to get off, so you can no longer go down the emergency lane. How are you going to get back home? And that's the problem. That's a huge problem in my opinion. So as I'm going down through here, I'm looking at different avenues to be able to spin back around, because traffic coming back in where I just was is no longer, or is nowhere near as bad as traffic going out. And I can get off and hit some back roads fairly quickly. So bear that in mind if you're taking an interstate, because it's the most direct route and the quickest route to get back and forth to work. It's not going to do you much good if your vehicle's not prepared for an EMP either, just saying. I have the EMP shield that I got through Reality Survival using his code. You can save yourself $50. I've got that on this vehicle. I've got it on my home, and here soon I'm going to add it to my wife's car because I want to make sure she can get home as well. So keep that in mind. Look at your areas that you can get off the interstate and or spin back around. Now see, where I'm at right now, traffic's building up really, really quickly, so it wouldn't do me much good to try and get on the interstate, going the other direction. Getting off the interstate completely, whether I'm taking an exit or going off-road. In my pickup truck, it'd be fairly easy for me to go off-road and get on the road, taking some back roads. Just something I was thinking about while I was driving down the road. I mean, everybody's got a different plan. I hope you've got a plan. If you don't have a plan, you need to get a plan. You need to have several different plans. Plan A, Plan B, Plan C. Get the best possible way for you to get from A to B. And try the different routes. Look at the different times that you leave, so you can see when traffic's going to be worst and when traffic's going to be the best. Being stuck out like this is... What if somebody were going to use an EMP like that? Hey, you're going to get very little warning, but that would cause the most disruption. While you were away from work, doing it during rush hour traffic, doing it during the middle of the day, actually, because people would not necessarily would be on the road, but be so far away from their home that it would be harder for them to get back and forth. So bear that in mind as well. And like I said at the very beginning of the video, EMP is not exactly something that is the frontal part of my mind, but because I've got my basic and intermediate preps and long-range preps squared away, I can look to the more less likely events that could happen, which is why I prep for stuff like that as well. Don't get me wrong, I'm still going on and on and on buying, getting ready for the more local shortages, like Pinball says. What are you going to do on day 366 when you've got 365 days worth of food? Exactly right. Exactly right. So, anyhow, I hope you guys found this video interesting and got something out of it. Have a good one.